again. Hello again. Today, we're going to break down Lavender Skies. This is a pretty interesting production that I produced. I tried out some things in this song. They were new, not as new as like some other songs that were like more experimental, like Can't Stop or Truth or Dare. This was a point in my like music making process where I was trying lots of new things and I was trying to blend them in with my usual style. So this song is a bit more like safe sounding, but it's still very much me. So I'm excited to show you what I'm talking about. Usually my songs are pretty upbeat, pretty happy sounding. And even if the lyrics are not happy, at least it sounds happy, with the production. Lavender Skies was, I think, the first song that I started to write. And at that point, I didn't know I was making an album yet. I was just writing it for fun. I don't really talk about this much, but I love ballads, okay? Like Korean ballads, those are my favorite. I love writing ballads too. Like if people liked ballads, I would write ballads all the time. But unfortunately, that's not good for promotion. I was like, you know what? Let this song be a slow one. Let it be contemplative because that's the purpose of the song. It's not to gain a lot of attention. It's to talk about what I wanted to talk about. I remember I started out with this motif right here. I was playing that on the piano, and in my head, lately I'd been listening to a lot of future bass in K-pop, like Magic Shop by BTS, and that one like and it's like the freaking coolest thing ever, like these stab chords. And so when I came up with this motif, I was like, this sounds like it really needs those stab chords, and I also just wanted an excuse to play with those stab chords. I looked up this like YouTube tutorial on how to make these future bass stab chords, and I spent like a whole freaking 2 hours just like trying to make this perfect for the song. I love this chord. Okay, it's the 5 chord over the 4 on the bass. So D major over C. It has a bit of a tension, but also kind of a ethereal kind of feeling, and then it resolves to the C major. Lifts you up and then like sets you back down. I literally don't remember playing that, but I guess it was not really that necessary, but whatever. These are Logic strings. This is the unmixed session. I mean, I mixed it a little bit, but then I sent this session to the mixing engineer. If you're thinking, why does it sound so much crappier than the version on Spotify or whatever, that's why. Strings are so beautiful. They're so beautiful. And they like filled out the entire song. You can see literally, aside from production and bass, I had the stab chords, I had this plucked for texture, and just the strings. And literally that's it. No pads or anything. I remember I had so much unnecessary perks. I had like freaking 20 tracks of perks. I went overboard, but I cut it down to this. This is the kick, of course. You can see there's that crash that I talked about in Can't Stop that I used throughout the album. I came up with the chorus first. I'll talk more about it later, but I saw the sky and it was lavender. I was driving to class or I was driving home from class or something. And I pulled up my phone. Don't text while driving, okay? No texting while driving. I pulled up the voice memos. And while I was driving, I was just like, lavender skies. Na 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 na. Not sure if I still have that voice memo. Lavender skies lights up my eyes. Na na na. Either that day or the next. I was at community college and I just broke into a practice room. I don't know how I got there, but I just, without reserving one, I just went into one. Yeah, I came up with this chord progression. Chord progression. Chord. This thing it goes 1 and then the 5/7 and then it goes flat 7, sets it up for the 5/7 of 2, which is the 6th dominant 7. 1 5/7 flat 7 5 of 2 and then the 2 and then 1/3 and then 4. You can tell I'm a piano player. I remember I had the melody and I was just experimenting like what if I change in this way? What if I go up? What if I go down?
Lavender skies sing to my eyes, fill the day with color, just for a moment.
And I also have this low pass filter. During the chorus, it's pretty muffled. As the chorus goes on, it elevates and then it opens up, you know? My rule for the album when I was recording anywhere with piano was that if there was piano, I wanted it to be processed somehow so that it was at least interesting for non-piano players to listen to. This is a Logic piano. It just EQ'd to make it sound like it's a radio. Mids and the high mids are kind of EQ'd upwards, and then the rest of it is cut off. Gives it that radio sound. Oh, here I used a pad. And then of course I have the stab chords, but low pass filter again. This clap right here, this clap snare, it's like a splash snare and it has hella reverb. I was influenced by Crystal Snow by BTS right before the verse starts. It's like, I kind of tried to replicate it here, but like a little more fitting to the song. And this clap, I was just experimenting with delay and it just came out with like kind of like a Chariots of Fire kind of vibe. Right here, the bridge, I remember it's kind of interesting in the way that I played the strings. Oh my god, what was I doing? Dang, freaking counterpoint before I even knew what counterpoint was. Also in the pre-choruses, this one lead that I put hella reverb on, and then I did some pitch bending, so it sounded like it was like a distant kind of whistle sound. It reminds me of like if I'm in the mountains and I hear like a coyote howl or something. This last thing, I wanted this to be like the tackiest drum fill ever and like completely take you out of the song, but then like bring you back in an instant. It sounds a bit jarring, but that was my purpose. Where did this go? Okay, so I don't know where that went, but it was wait, Let me break down the lyrics for you. As I said, this song, I think I was driving home from class one day. The sky was kind of cloudy and the sun was starting to set, but the sun wasn't out because it was cloudy. So it was kind of darkening, giving this dark lavender color, but still like a pastel. I don't know how to explain it. I was really tired that whole week, but when I saw that, I was like, good song idea. And I admired it for a second. I was like, dang, that's like a really pretty sight. And I was thankful to be seeing that in that moment. And I think that's a lot of what this album is about is like appreciating moments. And that's what I learned while writing the album. I was kind of lost. I had been going to high school for 4 years. All of a sudden, I was taken out of that environment and just placed in this totally new, like I'm in community college, everything's up to me. I freaking go to class 3 days out of the week, and then 2 days out of the week I don't even go to class. I felt really lost. I finally lost sight of myself. I had lost sight of like what I was doing, who I was. Time moves slower now as I look up at the clouds. This is kind of like in classical music it's called word painting. I don't know prosody, that's what it is. So everything is like when I'm lost on the night. And then here, time moves slower now. That part is like literally I'm singing slower. I kind of wanted the audience to feel like, oh, I'm in slow motion now. This song is like now it's moving in slow motion as I look up at the clouds. So it's like slow motion. Every step that I take is a step full of pain. That was around the same time when I was writing Daybreak. My mental health was kind of taking a toll. You can see a lot of these lyrics kind of related or inspired by Daybreak. Even there's a line in Daybreak. There's lavender skies are nowhere to be found. That's a reference to this song. Even though Daybreak comes before Lavender Skies in the album, but fun little, Easter egg or fun little Passover matzo ball. If you're not Christian, I'm not Christian. I'm not Jewish either, but my girlfriend's Jewish. Anyway, back to the song. It's not super special, but like the way that I delivered it in the vocals, I really loved. Every step, every test, every breath I have left in my lungs. It's like getting more and more desperate. I'm gonna share the vocal session now. I redid the lead vocals because I had to do them in a professional studio. But I feel like I'm turning into a Spanish person. Vale. Anyway, these vocals during the hook fill out the space even more. Right here, like, kind of elevates even more. Yeah, I think that added even more to the ethereal atmosphere of it.
Lavender skies sing to my eyes, fill the day with color. And just for a moment, dreams feel much closer. Everything's
Completely forgot there's also these vocals in the verse and the chorus.
holding on to the hope inside.
And here's the chorus. Reverb and harmonies. That's all you need to make a ethereal sounding track, you know what I'm saying? That's it for today. That was the session and lyric breakdown of Lavender Skies. Let me know what you think. What was your favorite part in the production or the lyrics, you know? Drop a comment. Let me know what else you want me to break down. All right.